So you spoke just now about having a knowledge of God's laws about forgiveness through personal experience. Let's talk a little bit about why God created laws in the first place.
Yeah, so I think it's important that we do that, because it's like, you know, we talk a lot about laws, but quite often when we refer to laws, I don't think most listeners get the import of how beneficial they are and how important they are for our lives and how essential they are, in fact, for our survival. In fact, when we talk about law, there's often another assumption, and that is because of through our emotional injuries, as we've already discussed, we often presume that law is there to restrict us and make our lives harder, and often human law does that. But you know, that's not the intention of God's laws. And unfortunately, we start believing that the intention of God's laws are to make our lives more difficult and more restrictive, and you know, to make our lives more uncertain and more unsafe and all these kind of things. And completely the opposite is true. So I feel it's very important that we sort of talk for a little while about why God created laws in the first place. Otherwise we have a tendency, whenever we refer to law, everyone's going already with just the word law, go, you know, there's all these emotional injuries associated with the word.
Yeah, all right. So we talk about why God bothered to create laws in the first place. And there's three main areas I'd like to focus on with you in this series.
Yeah.
So firstly, that God's laws are an expression of God's principles. That God's laws express God's character and personality, and that God's laws create true happiness for all humans. So